Good afternoon, everyone. Welcome to meeting number 11 of Turning Point Sunday. I am Rajesh Pagal, your Sergeant at Arms for this club meeting. The mission of a Toastmaster club meeting is to provide a supportive and positive learning experience in which members are empowered to develop their communication skills as well as the leadership skills. To move this meeting smooth, there are certain ground rules you need to follow. Ensure that, please ensure all the cell phones are in switch off or in the silent mode. You have 10 seconds to check. Please speak responsibly about religion, sex, or politics in your speeches. Use the feature of Zoom meetings like raise your hand, thumbs up, or clapping. All those things you can use the Zoom features. Don't use Zoom messaging in between the speeches until it is over. Until not required, please don't unmute during the meetings. If you are playing the role, you should rename yourselves like I did, Sergeant at Arms, SA Rajesh Pagal. You need to do all the name, prefix, as well as your names. Now I'm going to hand over to the presiding officer, who is, I can tell he is the software engineer in professions and Captain Cool, like Rahul Dravid in the cricket. He always, whenever I'll ask any questions, he always coolly handle these situations. Even not only the Captain Cool, he is also a good athletics. Recently, I saw the post for the 10 kilometers walkathon. He completed in the certain times for continuously 5 days. Welcome to Nimit, the presiding officers.
Thank you very much, Rajesh, for that kind introduction. And can we have a huge round of applause for Rajesh? So he's now developing that Sergeant at Arms role, and he is doing a very good justice to that. So welcome once again to Turning Point on Sunday, meeting number 11. And I'm your presiding officer for the day, as introduced by Rajesh. So we have a few guests today, like in Hansika Jaryal. So welcome, Hansika.
Hello, everybody. Hi.
Yeah, looking forward to active participation from you in today's meeting. We also have Kashish Gupta from Exceedance Toastmasters playing the timer today.
Thank you, everyone.
And Prateek Goyal from the Carrier Toastmasters, if I'm not wrong, playing the R counter today.
Hey, everyone. Thank you for having me.
We also have the general evaluator of the day, Shekhar Gupta, who is our guest and playing a role.
Thank you, Nimit. Thanks for the introduction.
Thank you. And now let's move on. Let's move on with life. What is life? Can anyone tell me what is life? If I have to define what is life in 2 words, what is going to be? Well, life is nothing but choices, isn't it? It's all about making choices. Which school I should go to, what friends I should make, what college I enroll in, what career path I choose, which company I should work for. Well, friends, we are at crossroads at all the times, and it is our choices and not the chances which we take determine our destiny. But one such choice or a decision we inevitably make or will make is about choosing our partner, a friend in need, a friend indeed for a lifetime, the pillar of our support system, isn't it? Yes. Who is looking for a partner right now, and who has already found one? Well, most of the things get easy, or what you say, on track if we find the right partner, and that is what makes it so crucial a decision. Our Toastmaster of the day, Ragini Rajpal, is at the same crossroads. She happens to be our esteemed area director, a true professional both on and off the field, a larger than life character who wants to live life queen size. And it is said that good things come in small packets. Ragini personifies exactly that. She is also a great supporter of the Turning Point on Sunday initiative, which we all are currently part of. And thus, there are no surprises that she, such an able, capable, and eligible girl, has received a lot of proposals. So let us get together and help our Toastmaster of the day, Ragini, in searching for a Valentine. Can we have a huge round of applause? All right, over to you, Ragini.
One, no, two, third was better. Oh God, I am so confused. Confused in finding my own Valentine in this house of love of Toastmasters, where every other person has something to share, something to offer. We all have certain points in life where we need to make choices. And similarly, I am stuck in a dilemma today, and I have to make a very tough choice. Hence, friends, I am also stuck here and I have received some letters of proposals. And to choose who is best for me, I would need your support. Bear with my letters, some funny, some authoritative, as I read it in front of you, and help me decide my Valentine for the day. So here I go with my first letter. Dear Toastmaster of the day, I promise to stand by you forever. Whenever you get short of words, I will fill in the empty time with my words. I will respect your theme and try to cope up with it. I also promise to get my whole kingdom to offer with a team of ministers and advisors who would stand strong as pillars by you. With all these promises, never forget you are incomplete without me and I can replace you whenever I wish to. Ha ha ha. Accept my proposal. Your general evaluator. Now, what does the general evaluator thinks of himself? I don't think such an authoritative personality will be good to have as a Valentine. But if I think deeply, he has a whole big kingdom. He is well settled. Okay, as I take my own sweet time to decide whether to accept his proposal or refuse, and you take time to whether I should accept his proposal or refuse, please welcome on stage our general evaluator for the day, Toastmaster Shekhar Gupta.
Yes, it was my proposal, and indeed, I promise to stand by you forever. I too have a kingdom with ministers to offer, and here I introduce my minister panel and one chief advisor. The first minister, timer, Toastmaster Kashish. He is responsible to ensure that every session in my kingdom is conducted or performed within the stipulated time. Accordingly, he'll raise flags, basis allotted time for prepared speakers, that is, green when it turns 5, set yellow when it turns 6, and red when it's 7. Yes, the same will be up until the speaker completes the speech. Similarly, for table topic session, he'll show green flag at 1, yellow flag at 1.5 minutes and red at 2. And the same will also remain up till the speaker completes speaking. The second minister, our counter, Toastmaster Prateek. He is responsible to listening very carefully for the usage of repetitive sounds like etc., etc., and would also be watching out for crutch words like now, so, not all. I have another minister in my cabinet, that is grammarian, Toastmaster Ayushi. She is responsible to pay close attention to all the speakers. Listen carefully to their language usage. Also, take proper note or note of improper language. She will also be noting good usages like good words, phrases, quotes, thoughts, and other sharings that the speakers might share. May I request the Toastmaster Ayushi to paste the word of the day, jubilant, over the chat box as well for the ease of the audience. Jubilant means feeling or expressing great happiness and triumph. I encourage each and every one of you to try and use the word of the day, jubilant. Not only ministers, I do have one key responsible chief advisor. I'd like to introduce you to the chief advisor as well, that is AKA the evaluator. He is responsible for the evaluation of the speeches in my kingdom. He is a living example of persistence, hard work, and excellence. And now I would take the opportunity to call upon none other than distinguished Toastmaster Anand Katyayani to read out the objectives for the speaker. Over to you.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much, General Evaluator. The speaker here is going to attempt her final project from level 2, that is all about mentoring. Now, the speaker here is supposed to share by personal examples or anecdotes how Toastmasters envisions mentoring. She is encouraged to use in a very personal capacity. I encourage her to use her personal stories since her project is from the path engaging humor. Timer, please note, time is 5 to 7 minutes. All the very best.
Now let's give the stage back to the Toastmaster of the day, and none other than Ragni Rajpal.
In this house of love of Toastmasters, we will have 3 love segments: prepared speeches, table topics, and evaluations at the end. Let's spread love and start with our first segment, prepared speeches. Oops, I have a letter from, I don't know who it is. Dear Toastmaster of the day, I don't need an answer because I know you are as crazy as I am for you, baby. I know you are smiling. And you got it right. I will always ensure that you laugh till your stomach hurts. I have a lot to say, but my speech will do the honors. Your dearest speaker, please accept my proposal. Now that's overly sweet for the speaker. Again, I am in a dilemma, guys. Please help me find my Valentine. So before we contemplate and start contemplating, let us now give a huge round of applause for our next speaker on stage, Toastmaster Vishakha. Toastmaster Vishakha, mentor, tormentor, mentor, tormentor, Toastmaster Vishakha.
Being the youngest of the 3 siblings, I learned what a mentor is very early on in my life. Fellow Toastmasters and dear guests, if you are the youngest or the eldest or know anybody in either of these categories, you know the first thing that we are told. You are adopted. And that becomes your first life lesson. Do not believe what everybody else around you is saying. To me, the word mentor seemed like somebody who is there to stop you from doing everything that seems fun and make you do everything that seems difficult in the name of getting you outside your comfort zone. My parents and my siblings were adamant on making me a good kid. And later, they were reinforced by my teachers. My teachers made sure that I stayed on the top of my class. And while they were telling me how to do well in my life, there were other kids who were teaching me how to survive on streets. I was what you call a teacher's pet, the nerd whose one job is to get beaten up by other kids. They taught me many life lessons. One of them was never to remind a teacher when a class test is scheduled. They taught me the fact that while in Rome, do as Romans do. And thanks to those bullies, I am no longer anybody's pet now. As my life progressed, I joined the world of Toastmasters. I was not sure what to say, how to say, when to say. I spent almost a year in bewilderment. Then I met a guy whose reputation was for being a tormentor to his mentees. I discussed my doubts with him and he offered to mentor me. I was really happy because I was scared and I could not ask it myself. And since that day, we have been tormenting each other. I'm an ambitious girl with big dreams, but also I'm really lazy. Toastmaster Nimit sitting in the audience would agree because he had to do follow-ups multiple times just to get my speech title today. For a procrastinator like me, having a mentor who has an image of being a pre-prepared person was not an easy thing. I was always on the verge of giving up. And then my tormentor found a trick. He identified my love for fitness and how I loved talking about diets and exercise. So he linked his fitness journey with my Toastmasters journey. And suddenly I got myself caught in a trick that if I pursue my Toastmasters journey, he'll do 8,000 steps a day. I'm really thankful to him for cutting out this deal with me because now I feel responsible that, okay, I cannot give up on my Toastmasters journey because somebody else's fitness journey depends on that. I'm really thankful to him for identifying my potential and then teaching me how to respect it. I still am a very lazy procrastinator, but now I know that I'm not going to give up because whenever I feel stuck, I have to call one person, Rupinder TM. That is how his name is saved in my phone, although he is a double DTM. And everything else seems to come back on track. And throughout my Toastmasters journey, we have been tormenting each other for so long. As my journey progressed, my mentor asked me to take a few mentees. I was really reluctant to do so because I don't feel responsible for my own life. How can I take responsibility for somebody else? But as you know, mentor is a tormentor who makes you do things that you don't like. So he convinced me to take up mentees. And that is when I realized, oh boy, being a mentor is not an easy job. The importance of well-being for your mentees is really important. And as my journey as a mentor progressed, I realized that I am no less a tormentor. Throughout this journey of being a mentor and a mentee, I realized how important it is helping others without expecting and also asking for help without the fear of any judgment. I still believe that being a mentor means putting somebody outside their comfort zone. But also, I realized that being a mentor means being outside with that person, outside their comfort zone. I'm really thankful to my parents, my siblings, my bullies, and my mentor. Also, all my mentees. for helping me shape up my life, for putting me outside my comfort zone, and for making sure that I succeed there as well. Over to you, Toastmaster of the Day.
Thank you, Toastmaster Vishakha. Let us have a 1 minute of silence for everyone to provide their feedback to our speaker Vishakha on a personal chat window. Timer, please applies me when 1 minute is over.
One minute is over.
Thank you, Timer. Searching for a Valentine is indeed a tough job, and I am enjoying as well. While we decide on the decision of my life, would anyone in the audience like to share their experience of love or finding one or achieving one? Anyone?
May I?
Yes, please.
So love is uh, both husband and wife arguing who would wake up for 2 a.m. to 5 a.m. to take care of the kids, the newborn kid, and both ending up waking up for the whole time, taking care of him together.
Oh, that is so sweet, Anand. Anyone else who would like to share their story of love? Yes, Arpit.
Maybe love is when you go out on a first date and then you see her sitting there on the table and you just start to sweat on the back of your neck and your heartbeat start to rise up a little and you just can't help but smiling. Maybe that's love.
Yes, of course. We have our different definitions of love. So moving on to our next segment, or I should say my next letter. Okay, fine. I will read my next letter in front of you. Dear Toastmaster of the Day, I am the charm that everybody wishes to have in meetings. I will come to rescue you to make your flop show a blockbuster. You complete me. Accept my proposal, your own table topic master. I think he fulfills the definition of knight in the charming armor, but nevertheless, he's dependent on me. Well, not very well settled, but let me think more while I come to a decision. So here I welcome on the stage our Mr. Table Topic Master, Toastmaster Madhav.
Thank you, Ragini. Hello, ladies and gentlemen. I am the charmer, and that was my letter. I have full faith in Toastmaster of the Day that she is going to accept my proposal. Wait a sec. Just she is going to accept my proposal. As she is in the dilemma of her choices, it reminds me of a book, The Paradox of Choices. It talks about how choices are ruining our lives. I have friends who spend years while deciding to whether he should buy a product or not. He spent years searching and comparing different qualities of a particular thing. But we, before buying any product or before knowing, before going to for a product, we should know whether what quality we would need to satisfy our needs. Our today's table topics are all about choices. I am going to ask what thing you would like in a particular product, in a particular thing, or about anything. I would ask you to tell me what thing you would like about that. Now, I would request any experienced Toastmaster, any experienced guest to nominate so that we can start our table topic session. Nimit, would you like to go?
You would like to
Yeah.
start with me?
We have more people. We have Rupinder, Arunima,
We
Haritika, if
can
they are
have
not playing some
Naveen
role.
Parval as well.
Sure.
Yeah, sure, I'm here. Just back.
Thank you, Naveen. One quality you would like in your enemy. One quality you would like in your enemy. Naveen Parval.
Hmm. One quality which I would like in my enemy is that he should be compassionate. He should be compassionate. He should be able to adjust and compromise. Now, it is said that adjustment and compromise is crucial in any relationship, whether it is a relationship of love or whether it is a relationship of enmity. Now, adjust when someone wants to be with you, and compromise when you want to be with someone. So the thing is, don't you think that it's really important to adjust and compromise? Because even an enemy can become your best friend and can become your best mentor if you treat him well. So I've seen that a lot of people whom I perceived myself to be as my enemies, they weren't really all that bad as a person, because when I went to compromise with them or talk to them, they appeared to be a real different person. So what I want to say is that truth may be something which is false and which has been misunderstood by you. So let us show some compassion even with people whom we do not get along. And let me tell you that you can learn a lot even from your enemies, because if you are not willing to learn, no one can help you. And if you're determined to learn, no one can really stop you in this world, and no one will be your enemy if you know how to deal with people. It's all a matter of people management. Thank you. Over to you.
Thank you, Naveen. I'm sure you would be able to convert your enemy into your friends. Now, I would request someone else to nominate. Arpit, would you like to go?
Sure.
Thank you. Arpit Nasa, one thing you would like in a mobile phone. One thing you would like in a mobile phone, Arpit Nasa.
So it's based on things that I'm going through. Maybe my mobile phone could be act as a counselor at times for me. Maybe when I don't know what decisions to be made. Maybe when I don't know what life is full of. Maybe when I don't know what's right and what's not right. At times only you know what you know, and everyone else around you is like a separate entity. I'm not sure if you all will be able to get me or not, but things that you are going through only you only know, like what you have experienced and what you have encountered. So maybe a mobile phone can be your best friend at times when there's no one else around you to talk to. Maybe a virtual assistant, or maybe anything, I don't know. Maybe it's a like it's a genius to like it would be very genius if something like that could be happen. That's it for me. I guess. Thank you.
Thank you, Alpit. I agree because mobile is the one thing that remains with us for most of the time. And
Actually,
if
that
it
is, yeah, I
if it
completely agree.
understands our mental issues, or if we can talk to it, then it may improve the
It,
mental health issues that people are facing nowadays.
yeah.
Now, I would request Hansika, would you like to go?
Sure, I can.
Thank you. One thing you would like in your hair dryer. One thing you would like in your hair dryer, Hansika.
In my hair dryer.
Right. Hair dryer.
Hair dryer's work is to blow your hair out and make you look pretty and all, which you're actually not, because your hair are always in a mess. You ask girls, they'll tell you their hair is always like a mess all the time. And if you talk about me, if that one thing that I would want in my blow dryer would be that every day a girl or a boy, I don't know whether that's a wish for a boy as well, everybody wants a new hairstyle every day. Like you want to have a boy cut, you want to have a blunt cut, you want to have different cuts. Sometimes you want a really long hair and sometimes you want really short. So a different style for every day, a different look for every day, and then try out as many looks as you want, and carry on with the one which suits the best for you. So I'd want that to be with my blow dryer. Like choose the look which you want to have for your day, and I press that button and that goes flash. So I think that'll be pretty good.
Thank you, Hansika. Couldn't agree more. I also face the same issue, although I have shorter hair, but that's a common issue. Now, I would request Haritika. I caught you.
Yes. Rupinder, why are you dancing?
Haritika Ahuja, one thing you would want in your life partner. One thing you would want in your life partner. Haritika Ahuja.
One thing that I would want in my life partner. Though I have never been in relationship, and I think that's the reason I am not in, because I think that the person doesn't understand me. They make fun of me, and sometimes they make me feel horrible that you are not good or something, that you are not up to the mark. One thing that I would want from my life partner would be that he always makes me like feel like that you are okay with the type you are. And another thing that I want that make me feel whatever I want to feel. Just like all of you might know that I smile a lot and I do whatever I want to do. Just go with the flow and make and let me do whatever I want to do. That is what I think I want from my life partner. I don't have any other expectations from him. That's all I think I have from.
Thank you, Haritika. We really wish you get your life partner soon. Uh, Now, Rupinder sir, would you like to go? Or we have other guests as well. We have Paramita Day.
We'll have time for everyone, so don't worry, you go.
Yeah, Paramita, are you there?
Yes, I'm here.
Okay. One thing you would want in a laptop. One thing you would want in a laptop, Paramita.
Mm, actually, whatever the things in laptop we have, so it is all about on daily basis work, and mm, it is very quite useful. Like whenever I got stuck into anything, so I use Google, and like through that many of the problems can be solved. Wherever I stuck somewhere, so I need not to approach somebody, so Google is there, and I can use that and solve that issue. And apart from that, what do I say? That's all from my side.
Thank you, Paramita. I agree with you. Now, I would request Muskan. Would you like to go?
Yes, I would like to.
Muskan, one quality you would like your opponent to have. One quality you would like your opponent to have, Muskan.
So, the one quality I would like my opponent to have would be that they should be not very competitive, because I would be the one taking the role. I would want them to be more practical when it comes to arguments, because mostly people turn to a lot of political arguments or just make believe items. So I think that I would want them to stick to the main topic also, because I know I'll be well prepared beforehand, and I don't want them to go away from the topic, so that they can maybe make the judges emotional, or maybe just play on the right card so as to win the arguments. So maybe if I want to win, I would want them to be a little, not that good. But if I want a really good competition, then I would want them to be really good so that I can challenge myself also. Okay, that's all.
Thank you, Muskan. So, having a opponent that is really competitive or that is really good always helps you in growing. That's what we have over here in Toastmasters. Now, we do have Rahul Sharma with us. Rahul, would you like to go?
Hello.
Yeah, Rahul.
Hello, sir. I don't know what is the topic, and I just joined recently. It's my first time, so I don't know what is going on.
You just need to talk about, like, I would give you any topic and you would just need to talk about it. You can talk about anything, like, if even if you are not comfortable with the topic, you can just give your introduction. I would just try giving you a topic. Just try with that, or give
Okay.
your introduction. Yeah.
Okay. You can give me topic.
One thing
Yeah.
you would want in a watch. One thing you would want in a watch, Rahul.
In a watch. I don't know. Like I just use watches to look good. I like watches to wear only to not to watch time. It's look good on hands, so I just wear them for that.
Would you like to have smartwatches?
Not a
We can talk
smartwatches.
about that.
I like analog watches and with good strips. So that's all.
You can give your introduction, Rahul.
Introduction. Okay. My name is Rahul Sharma. I am in last year of graduation from computer science from Purnima College in Jaipur. And I got placed in Infosys. So that's all.
Thank you for attempting.
Yes. Sir.
Thanks a lot. I think now we can go with Nasir. Nasir has joined.
Yes, I'm ready.
Thank you, Nasir. One thing you would like, you would want in a pen. One thing you would like in a pen, Nasir.
Sorry, could you please repeat again?
Pen.
Pen. Sorry, PAN, PEN.
PEN.
Oh,
Pen.
thank you. Pen is a such thing which we use from our childhood. In my childhood, we used to use pencil. Then, when I came to move to further classes, then I used to start the pen. So, about the pen, there is one thing that whatever we write means in our childhood, like by the pencil. So, at that time, our mistakes can be avoided, but when we grow, so when we start writing well, that is just an example. So our mistakes cannot be avoided. So yeah, pen that much of power. It depends means in which position you are. So that is a very normal thing, but it may change the means life of anybody. So it is up to us means at what means position we are. Just take an example. Suppose you are a lawyer, and now you are going to give a judgment to somebody, and by your judgment, the other person whole life depends. He or she may get life imprisonment, or he may get hanged as well. So that is the power of one pen, one sign. So that depends at what position you are. So that's all. Thank you. Over to you, Madhav.
Thank you, Nasir. I remember when I was kid, my elder sister used to use pen and I used to use pencil. I always wanted to use pen. They never let me do it. So that was my story with pen. Now I think we can go with Rupinder sir. He has to go somewhere. So Rupinder sir. One thing you would want in a Toastmasters club. One thing you would want in a Toastmasters club, Rupinder.
God. The one thing that I would want in a Toastmasters club is commitment. You go to any manager in the world, you ask them if they want talent or commitment. The successful ones will say that they want commitment, because talent doesn't work if talent doesn't work hard. The one thing that I would want is commitment. That means that if you've committed to a role, you do it to the best of your ability. If you've committed to attend a marriage in the family, whether it is your own marriage, whether you're about to become a parent, a Toastmasters meeting takes precedence. If you say that doesn't happen, I can tell you right here in this club, our club president Vijay Krishnan actually postponed his engagement date just because he had a contest on that day. That for me is commitment. It is a different thing that our area director had other plans and he postponed the area contest to his engagement day. Till this day, Vijay Krishnan has not forgiven that area director. But if you seriously ask me what I would want in a Toastmasters club, actually from all Toastmasters, it is commitment. Because I have seen commitment work in Toastmasters. I see that in Rajesh's speech every time he comes up on stage. He might be struggling, but that determination comes through every time. I've seen that in a Vishakha Sharma, who says that she is not a humorous speaker, and yet everybody finds a reason to laugh every time she speaks. I see that in an Anant Kathyaini, who says that we have to play by the rules, and he makes us play by the rules. I see that in a Nimit Mittal, who feels that he's not a leader, but probably he's just being the best leader, one commitment. So next time you have to make a choice, being a Toastmaster, choose commitment, not talent. Table topic master.
Thank you, sir. That was really, thank you for those lines. That was really motivating. Now, I would request, I think Vishant has nominated. Vishant?
So we are in a jubilant mood after the speech. Grammarian, can you take note that I use the word?
Hello. Vishant, can we have a audio video check?
Yes, you should. I will open my audio. Let's.
Sure, we can see you. Thank you. One thing you would want in earphones. One thing you would want in earphones, Vishant.
In earphones, I have actually right now Samsung earphones, but I want Apple. I have earphone quality in my right now currently earphone. Actually, it's very, you can say, very helpful for me, because the reason is that Apple's earphone, they will provide a softness of voice, because in these Samsung earphone we are not clear you many times, most of the times going my classes, I took my classes and all this. I just my, and whenever I was in my house for traveling and working. So at that time, I think a great head earphone you must need, because my friend suggested me that he wear a round shaped earphones most of the time, and then after that round shaped earphones, like that, you call them Chinese earphones. So they just hurted him, and after that he continuously taking a medicine of means a medicine for the ears continuously for prior 4 years, and that damages his ear completely. So that's the thing. Good earphone is much preference right now nowadays, due to because you want to talk with your friends virtually. So it's a better choice that you invest on yourself too and on your headphones. So that's for my side, and that's a thank you for asking a great question, because this question is related to our health, our ears health. So thank you so much.
Thank you, Nishant, and I certainly agree with you, because nowadays we are using earphones a lot after work from home. So, and I agree that I also want an Apple earphone. Now, I would request Unique to come up. Any other guest do we have? I think Unique is the only one left.
I'm table topic master. I won't be able to switch on my camera.
No worries, no worries. Thank you. I have a special topic for you. One quality you would like in your ex-girlfriend's new love. One quality you would like in your ex-girlfriend's new love. Unique.
Generally, we want our ex-girlfriends or ex-boyfriends' new love to be good, but seeing it in a more broader sense, obviously, one quality that we would want them or in any human being in general is that they treat other human beings like human beings rather than something they need to get fulfill a desire or something like that. If we all see each other as human beings and recognize that we all have our own needs and need for respect and need for consideration. So that is something I want not only in the girlfriend of my lover of my ex, but also in all humans in general. If that could be achieved, so my ex-girlfriend would be happy, and I guess I would be happy in that case. So one quality I would want is that that person treat everybody like a human and not like just a machine or something. Value to the human. Over to you, Praveen.
Thank you, Unique. Thank you. Thanks a lot. Now, I think we can conclude, and we have time constraint now. Thank you. Thank you for everyone for participating, and thank you. Thanks a lot. Over to you, Toastmaster of the day.
Thank you, table topic master, or I should say Mr. Charmer. Letters everywhere, not a right one to find. What is love? This is an exceptionally mysterious and a tricky question. We all know what it means. Yes, its definition is different for each and every one of us. It's when you can fart freely around someone. Love is a game of attrition. It's when two lovers stay together and bother one another until one of them perishes. They say love is in the air, but I say they're just adding to the pollution. It's the fall of every man and woman. It's the point in a relationship where logic becomes irrelevant. It's something that can't be explained by mere words. Oh, did I get too lost in describing love for all of you? So I would also like to hear your definition of love. Anyone? A fancy, a tricky, a wittiest definition of love from you? Can we have our presiding officer defining love for us?
Love for me is more about trust. It's about understanding and bringing the best in the other person rather than uh, making him or her the best. It's about completing the other person, not competing with him or her. Back to you.
Thank you.
I would like to
Now,
add,
yes, yes, yes.
sorry,
Yes, Madhav.
love for me, there are two types of love. One is first love, and second is that happens after that first love, once you get over it. And first love is so immature, so mad that it can happen with anyone. And once it happens to, and once you get over it, then only you get the real maturity of life. So that's love for me, the first love that we have. Thank you.
Can I also try?
Yes, please.
So I feel that the feeling that you feel when you go on a first date, or you are just seeing the person for the first time, or you're hanging out with the person, going on the first few dates. So for me, love is that feeling that goes on. That the consistency of that feeling is love for me. That even though you've seen each other for like 5 years, but still, whenever you see that person gives you that feeling of a comfort and excitement.
Rightly said. Thank you for sharing your thoughts over love.
I
And
could
now,
also add, if there is no time constraint.
yes, please, yes, please. Love is in the air.
So love is not something that weak people do. Love is something that the strong ones do, because love requires a lot of commitment, a lot of hope, a lot of trust to like your partner, and like it needs a lot of hopelessness for the other person. pretty much that's it for me.
Thank you, Arpit, for
I know
sharing.
I'm not making sense right now, but it is something that I think I can relate.
So see, that's what love is. No, you don't have to make sense in love. Okay, I'll pause for a second if anyone else is.
And you have come up with your own definition of love.
Yes, right. Okay, now let's move to our next segment. And it's time to call upon the self centered but well settled general evaluator. Oh, wait, I just received a note. Dear Toastmaster of the day, I know it was rude, but please give me a second chance. Your general evaluator. Well, Toastmasters is all about giving a second chance. So, friends, I think I should grant this second chance to the general evaluator. Let us now welcome our general evaluator on the stage, Toastmaster Shekhar.
Second chance can do wonders, right, my friends? Before we deep dive into the evaluation section, and I think the tech master would be eager to start the poll, which is really fresh in our mind in terms of the table topic session we just conducted. Can we have the poll?
Five seconds to go. You can proceed.
Thank you. Now, it's the time for the most important segment of the meeting. Yes, the feedback session. Here I come with my tag role players and my ministers to call them as, and the most important chief advisor to complete the evaluation for today. And to kick off that, first and foremost, I would like to call upon the chief advisor, aka evaluator, to please share your evaluation as per the project and the seniority of the speaker. The stage over to you, Toastmaster Anand Katyayani.
Thank you, Mr. General Evaluator. As your advisor, unlike to the taste of our TMOD and others, I would advise you, love is nonsense. But anyway, who listens to my advices, right? So let me at least make some sense as an evaluator. As an evaluator, I can satisfactorily tell one thing for sure, that the speaker made a lot of sense. Well, I just loved her speech from the perspective of the fact that she told a story while being funny. How often does it happen that we don't rely on one single joke, but tell a series of anecdotes and still entertain people? So while she was not outrightly humorous, she was entertaining. What else did I like in her speech? I think Vishakha had a lot of visual element to her speech. She was talking about, from the bullies to the blogs. She was covering everything in a very visual manner while standing on stage. How difficult it would have been for a person sitting here and trying to evoke gestures, expressions, all these things. The moment you stand up, your body gives you so much support in delivering that. My speaker did exactly that. One more thing she did great, and she is actually a master of that, but tying together all the stories at the end with one single line as conclusion. And that is what I simply loved as a recap of her entire speech towards the end. So far, you must have noticed I have not even spoken about what exactly she spoke about. Not the point here at all. The way she has put all these stories together, very meticulously structured one after the other, and towards the end tying up just like a toffee wrapper, that is a very visual art craft. Kudos. Where can she take it to altogether a different level? Number one, maybe a little bit rewriting effort in terms of uh, deliberate word plays, puns. So the little bit humor that she can infuse extra in addition to the overall structure. For example, I found a few word usages quite obnoxious. For example, lazy procrastinator. Redundancy, as you can see over there, procrastination itself means lazy. Uh, Also, so many times the word, so the journey progress, so the journey progress, as my life progressed, could have used a variation of different words instead of simply having progress. That is where the rewriting comes into play. Had she had more time, that would have we would have witnessed as well. Last but not the least, I felt the background, the chart hanging behind her back instead of a plain wall uh, could have been avoided. That would have kept the focus on her instead of confusing me as maybe the chart has a
Sorry,
different
hello, हाँ
purpose.
क्या क्या
That
क्या मार्केट का काम है तो फिर
okay, I will ignore the noise around
तुम
here.
बताओ क्या
We'll
करना है
just conclude my speech as she was standing up, she had audience awareness, she was witty and funny, and she is a great storyteller. If only she can be a little bit more focused in her rewriting efforts, maybe about her overall visuals, the grammar, the word plays, and uh, the variety in terms of expressing the same thought over and over again. She is destined for greater humorous speeches. Over to you, Mr. General Evaluator.
Speaker would deeply appreciate that details. Now moving on and taking on the bigger responsibility to evaluate the table topic speakers, I'll go in a random manner. Please feel free if you want yours to be done up front, in case you want to leave. Okay, let me go the other way around. That's the last one, is the first one. Unique. The topic was one quality you would like in your ex-girlfriend's new love. Interesting, right? I like the way you started. You didn't repeat the right content, but I think it was too much complex. But yes, you said a very good line at the start, which I think set the tone for your speech. Treat humans like humans. My bad, due to network, I could not get to the right understanding of your words in the next phase. And I would also request the table topic master, in case it was not making audible for the others, could you please interrupt next time to ask the speaker to repeat, or maybe to be audible, to be much more clearer, in case it was for everyone. Okay, moving on to the next one, that is Vishant Chaudhary. One thing in your earphones. Great attempt. I really feel that you had content ready. You were clear you what you want from your earphones. That is clarity, right? This is something which you have to work when you start with the table topic. You get to the theme at the base, theme at the start. You make a base to build upon. A simple recommendations when you were comparing it with, like my friend also has one, which is Apple ones, which are more clearer. You could have gone with more detail. You had time. You could have gone in with more detail and mentioned like what is the specific quality that it comes with. Maybe like it has a better driver to work upon. Samsung doesn't give you that value. But again, you can always compare it in terms of prices. For an Apple piece, you might be ended up paying $40 or $1,000, but the one I have, it's certainly cheap. That's a comparison which would have been another twist to the tail or another add-on to your speech. A conclusion at the end would have also worked wonders. I think one of the lines which you said, since prior 4 years, grammatically, I think it could have been corrected. It would have been since 4 years is struggling with the same ear pain and he's taking medicines for the same. Good addition that you wanted to clarify that using Chinese projects can be harmful. A great attempt. Kudos to your speech. Rupinder, what a lovely start. You picked up the base with the one word, that is commitment. And I think I call upon everyone for the same. Great one introduced, great examples. You related with each and every person, almost everyone out there in this room. And you had example, specific example to showcase that commitment can go beyond your personal commitments. That is commitment towards your Toastmasters. I think one thing that could have kicked it even more, if you would have clubbed everyone out there, that it's a weekend. Everyone was out there, and now we could have enjoyed doing party or doing anything else. But no, on this weekend, when we are not doing our professional duties, we are taking out time from our personal life to ensure that we are completing the duties of the Toastmasters. That is the commitment that I would like to see from everyone. That have been another cherry or icing on the cake. Kudos, lovely to hear you every time. Moving next, that would be Nasir Khan. The topic was one thing you would like in a pen. I think it's not that confusing to start with, but I think you defined what the basic use was that pen was and how you could not have it earlier and you could have it at a later stage. That was again commendable. You were sure of what you actually want to explain. I love the concept that you want it to be erasable, that sometimes when you write through a pen can become a statement for someone's life forever. The way you give the example of lawyer, exceptional example, could have been given more layers, could have been given with an example, maybe a hypothetical one. Adding a full stop or a comma at a wrong place could have changed the life of a person. That could have added to your speech and also could have used the time that was given to you. Okay, hope that's helpful. Moving on with Rahul. The topic was one thing you want in a watch. I think when you're given such kind of a topic to have an exceptional add-on or a feature from some product, I personally feel that one should start with the basic feature that you want in that, to add or to bring the audience into the one space. Definitely, I want my watch to show me time. I don't want it to do something out of the box, that it stops showing me time and it's showing me something random. I don't want that. I want you to work. But yes, since as you move towards smartwatches, which I think you were struggling to add on as a content, which I think another exceptional work done by the Table Topic Mastery was adding on to your content to ensure that you're able to speak on that topic. Good attempt, keep working, keep visiting, join us, and I think you can do wonders going forward. Moving to the next one, Muskan. One quality you would want in your opponent. I think the concept got repeated. It was, I think, similar to the first speech that was offered to Naveen, right? But you did a commendable job. You started that you have, or you what you want is clear, that you want the opponent to be competitive, to be there and not to cheat or not to use unnecessary means to get to the top. Maybe you can start up front and we can have better competitive spirit when you come up and you say or you speak. That was a good point. Again, you had time. You could have gone in more detail when you played the card that when you mentioned that about the emotional card that the speaker might play and might outrule me in the competition. You could have added more, and he might go on to use unfair means and could add or could defeat me by them, which would not be in the spirit of the competition. That's something you won't want from your component. That would have added more value for the audience to understand what you wanted to convey. Still a great job done. Paramita, one thing in your laptop. I think every day we are using it day in, day out. That's the way you started, that we want it, we need it, and this is the one which we work through. There were too many hours and arms at the start. I understand that happens because it's an impromptu speech and you are not ready for that. You defined the use very well. You mentioned that it's a medium where you reach out to Google and you get the answers that you want or solution to a problem that you want to go for. But like what you actually want as an additional feature in the laptop was not there. Or one thing exceptional that you wanted was also not reflecting appropriately. So you could have added on. Moving forward, Ritika. Great smile. I think audience captures the eyes at the very first glance. You were to the point. You were clear in what you want from your life partner. Sorry. But yes, I think when you started, you were being a bit emotional. It's good to show emotions, but that has to be done through your face, through your words, not taking a random pause and not being authoritative. You can take a pause, you can relax, and you can mention that I understand there can be a weirdness about me which is not acceptable by majority, which if he or she, whosoever is your life partner, depending on you, is actually accepting it or not. So that's something that you're looking forward to. And that's a very good point that you mentioned. Again, you missed on adding value to that point. You could have again given on topics or maybe some examples of how that will reflect upon you. How will that make you a better person? How will that bring good in you or the best out of you? That would have been a more time value or time usage that you could have done. Moving on, sorry, bad throat. Anshika Jayal, if I'm pronouncing it right. One value addition that you want to do in a hair dryer. Let's start again. You define the use, that it's just something that you use to blow your hair and get it dry. And a great example of what you can achieve in from that particular piece or a product, electronic product. That is, it should set my hair to a different design or a different range, or I want it to be done every day in a new manner. That's a very good point. You even mentioned about if I just press it and I just blow the hair, then it's done. That's a very good way of what a feature can be expected from a particular electronic product. Since imagination could have no end, and again, I would say you could have added value or you have added points. You could have gone that it could have been used to make colors. Like it could help you color your hair, or maybe it could help you to set your hair in a different style. So that would again be a usage of time that you had. But a wonderful attempt. Good. You were clear on the usage. You were clear on the point that you want from that particular electronic product. Moving on to Naveen Pavel, I think so far the exceptional and the best. That is, you introduced two wonderful words at the very first start on the topic, that what you should want from your enemy as compassion and adjustment. That's actually has to be there. And the competitive spirit, which I think personally could have been added. You introduced two good words. You were there with the first start, bang on. But in the second few lines, it was a bit clumsy. It was not that clear. But yes, you brought it back again with a great conclusion about a great quote, something like, if something is on, if you do it, then 1 year, and you can stop, like something in that sense, which made sense. And that was helpful for the audience to get your conclusion right. Maybe a bit more structuring at the middle would be helpful. I'm so sorry I missed on the entire speech of Arpit Nasa, and I apologize that my network was bad. I could not hear and understand any word. I'm so sorry, but I think it would have been a wonderful attempt from you as well. Okay, tough one for me. So now I can relax a bit and I can give the stage to my tag role players or my ministers to say so. And now to gather up the reports from my team members or the ministers, I would call upon the grammarian, Toastmaster Ayushi, to please come forward and present your report.
Hello, everyone. I'm very jubilant to give my report today, but I had been more jubilant if people would have more used the word of the day. The word of the day was used only by Harshika, so a big kudos to her. Now I will present my report. So I didn't had much of the issue because everyone used a very good usage of word, but still I'll pinpoint few. The first was used by Sumit, which used the word inevitable and crossroads. So crossroads means that a point at which the crucial decision is made in life. So now if I take my example, at age of 30, I was at crossroads as I had to decide for my wedding. Then there were some beautiful words uh, 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 used by Ragini, that was stuck in dilemma today and contemplate. Our speaker also used some good words like procrastinate. Our team for today, Madhav, used a very good word which is called as paradox of choices. Our table topic contestants also had some very good usages. I'll start with few. That was Naveen. He used perceive and determine. Uh, and Nazir used the word abundant. And Rupinder used many times uh, uh, the word commitment. Anand also had some great words, which was visuals and destined uh, for greater speeches. I also observed few not so good usages of word, which I think could be improved in time. The first was mobile phone, act as rather than acts. The pen we are using since childhood. Ears are much preferred than prefer. And that's all for my report. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you, Grammarian. That was pretty in detail and very valuable. Now we move on to the next minister, the our counter Toastmaster Prateek. I would like you to request you to come forward and present your report.
Thank you, General Evaluator. So, giving my report, we had total 66 filler words, 15 pauses, and 11 times people did repeat themselves. Going by each team Toastmaster, Sergeant of Arm Rajesh used one filler word, that was "ah." 3 times he took a small pause, and 3 times he repeated himself. Presiding Officer Nimit had 4 filler words, mostly "ah," no repetitions and no pauses. Ragini had no filler words, a small pause, and no repetitions. Shekhar, you had 3 filler words, mostly "ah," 1 small pause, and 2 repetitions. Speaker Vishakha had only 1 "ah" and 5 pauses and no repetition. Evaluator Anant has 7 "ah" and 1 repetition. Table topic master Madhav had 4 filler words, mostly "ah," 1 pause and 3 repetitions. Now moving to table topic speakers. Speaker number 1, Naveen, had 2 filler words, mostly "so," and 2 repetitions. Arpit had 5 filler words, mostly "so," 1 pause. Hansika had 4 filler words, mostly "you know." Haritika had 4 filler words, mostly "ah." Parimita had more than 5 filler words, mostly "ah" and "like." Muskan also had more than 5 filler words, mostly "ah." Rahul didn't had any filler word, pauses or repeat. Nasir had more than 5 filler words, mostly "ah" and a small pause. Rupinder was flawless, no filler word, no pauses or repeat. Nishant has 5 filler words, mostly "ah" and a small pause. Unique had 3. I was able to listen a small portion of his speech, and I could hear 3 "ah." That's from my report. Over to you, General Evaluator.
Thank you, our counter, for noting down each and every used by the speakers. Now let's move on to the third minister, an important one to be sure. Toastmaster Kashish, I request you to please come forward and present your timer report.
Thank you, General Evaluator Toastmaster Shaker. Just give me a second. I am sharing my screen with the report. So here's the timer report for today. So first prepared speaker, Toastmaster Vishakha took 6 minutes 6 seconds for her speech. Then the table topic speaker, Toastmaster Naveen took 1 minute 34 seconds. Second table topic speaker, Toastmaster Arpit took 1 minute 18 seconds. Third table topic speaker, Toastmaster Hanshika took 1 minute exactly. The fourth speaker, Toastmaster Haritika, took 59 seconds. Toastmaster Paramita, that is speaker number 5, she took 1 minute 9 seconds. The sixth speaker, Toastmaster Muskan, took 1 minute 5 seconds. Seventh speaker, Toastmaster Rahul, took only 29 seconds. Eighth speaker, Toastmaster Nasir, took 1 minute 56 seconds. Ninth speaker, Toastmaster Rupinder, took 2 minute 29 seconds. 10th speaker, Toastmaster Vishan, took exactly 2 minutes. And the 11th speaker, Toastmaster Unique, took 1 minute 19 seconds. Then the evaluation. For the speech evaluation, Toastmaster Anand took 3 minute 53 seconds. For the table topic evaluation, Toastmaster Shekhar took 10 minutes 17 seconds. For the grammarian report, Toastmaster Pratik took 2 minute 4 seconds. And for the R counters report, Toastmaster Ayushi took 2 minute 25 seconds. With this is for the today's timer report. Over to you, Journal Evaluator, Toastmaster Shekhar.
Thank you, ministers, and the advisor for sure. With this, now I move upon or take forward the meeting to the most important section, that is the evaluation done by me, that is the general evaluator. The meeting started on time, great effort, the organizing team. The SAR, Toastmaster Rajesh, did a good job introducing the club president and setting the meeting expectations. The business session, okay, my bad. I think we first need to go back to the tag role player polls. Can you please complete that first? Checkmaster, can you please confirm if you're done with the poll?
Yes, please proceed.
Thank you. Okay, to proceed, the business session conducted by the president, Toastmaster Nimit, as well as the Techmaster, was interactive and to the point. The captivating theme for today's meeting was very well introduced by Toastmaster of the Day, Ragni Rajpal, and I hope that the audience enjoyed the blushing Valentine feel. The Toastmaster carried out his duties exceptionally well and even reflected upon the love definitions shared by various members. She seemed at ease and was comfortable with every transition. Indeed, the table topic session conducted by Toastmaster Madhav Upadhyay was exceptional. I really liked the way that he had similar yet different topics, and he encouraged and even helped everyone to come up and speak. Appreciate the fact that you started with an experienced member to set the base and make it clear for the other members as well as the guests to follow on to the lead. The evaluator. He did justice to the speaker. Indeed, he is a keen observer. The observation about the chart at the back end for me was the highlight. Brilliant commendations and recommendations. I suggest the evaluator, if you have time, please connect with the speaker at a later stage, maybe for a formal written feedback on an evaluation on his project or her project. My ministers delivered their reports as per the standards. And to my personal experience, I would like to share what I personally liked about the meeting. It was a timely start, and I think that's a great thing to appreciate. And I really like the confidence of the club and the organizing committee to go live to the YouTube for every meeting. And I really appreciate and really thankful to all the role players and team members. Now I think it's the time to go back to the team mod to have all here to the last thing. That is, to whom she actually chose in terms of the various proposals she has received throughout these days. Back to you, Toastmaster of the Day.
Thank you, Mr. General Evaluator. Now has the time arrived where you filter my choices and help me choose my Valentine. Can we have the poll for the best role player, please?
Can we just give me 1 more minute for that. Meanwhile, you
Sure,
can continue.
sure. So till the tech master is taking a minute to launch the poll, let us quickly have a meeting selfie with a heart pose as I see some of you dropping. So let's have a quick meeting selfie with a heart pose. And who is taking the selfie? Shall I?
Yeah, you yourself can.
Okay, fine. So I'll make it this way. Anyway, my heart has to get completed today. Thank you very much, everyone. Do we have the polls ready?
I think in the meanwhile, I would like to share what I feel about love and what it stands for me in the terms of meaning. For me, since I've got married, it's all about filling the cracks. Not everyone is perfect. Not am I, not nor was she, or nor the other members in the team. It's all about how you make the other person feel comfortable when they are with you in your space. And I think that's what something stands for me as love. And I fill up the spaces where she lacks, and she fill up the places where I lack. And we ensure that whenever we are out, we are as a team, and we showcase that we are here to cover up for each other, be it good things, be it mistakes. And I really thank her for allowing me to take out my personal time and invest it in Toastmasters, which is again a big ask given this has been only 1 year to my marriage. Thank you.
Thank you, Shekhar, and thank you everyone for sticking with us throughout. After a lot of thinking, okay, first we have to vote here. Let's quickly cast our votes. So after a lot of thinking, I have made a decision that I don't need one Valentine. I need this full house of love of Toastmasters where I will always be loved by people and members like you around me. So now with this, I pass over the stage to the presiding officer, Toastmaster Nimit.
Thank you, Toastmaster Ragini, for that wonderful, lovely theme and topic which you covered, and very subtly also telling us the importance of love and Toastmasters alike. I completely understand from where you're coming from and why we need the love from every sphere of life and every sphere of Toastmasters itself, right? So yes, so can we have a huge round of applause for the Toastmaster Ragini for bringing to us such an interesting theme in such an interesting way. I'm sure she is so full of love today because she has got those proposals from so many people. And we have also done the justice to find the best person for her, but not the best. She wants everyone. So we are here to help her out. All right. So thank you very much, Ragini, once again, and thank you all the role players for that matter. Be starting from the Sergeant at Arms Rajesh, apologies, and then all the guest role players as well today. The counter Pratik, the grammarian Ayushi, and the timer uh, Kashish, and also the general evaluator Shekhar for taking your time out and taking up these roles. I would also like to acknowledge all the guests which were present today, and it is now the time to have you on the stage and share your feedback about the meeting and what you like, what can be better, right? So I request you all to come center stage one by one, starting from Hansika.
No, I didn't catch you. Can you please repeat it?
Yeah, Hansika, why don't you share your feedback of the meeting, and if you liked something or disliked something, you can.
Yeah, I really firstly I like the topic firsthand. And then the best role play, sorry, I'm like revealing this out, but Ragini actually, she was wonderful, really. And all in all, the topics also were really nice. And I don't know why mine is always difficult. And I, I don't know why is that, but I really enjoyed it. And that
I
gives me,
I was the tabletop master when you first attempted the topic, so I knew that you speak well. That's why I gave you a little bit tough.
Joint Toastmasters will make them easy.
yeah, but that's okay. That gets me more prepared all the time. And I really like the topics. And every time I look forward for the topics because they're like really interesting. And every time I like to hear upon different listeners. I like to listen a lot rather than speaking. So it's about different areas of life that you hear their experiences, and that really, you also relate in their experiences. So that's really interesting. And for a Sunday, for a weekend when somebody wants to like go out and enjoy a bit, this is also something that's required. Like everybody else is doing their roles throughout, like Monday to Friday. Then Saturday, Sunday, why not just sit in a quiet place and listen to what others are doing and what their experiences are? It gives us a lot of, learning towards life as well. So every time different topics encourages us, to think about ourselves, where we're wrong and what life lesson it gives us. And, all the time, every meeting does encourage us to do something better in life. So it's really nice, and I do enjoy the meetings. Thank you.
Thanks, Hansika, for that feedback and your views. And I'm sure you have a lot to speak for sure. So, why we would like to have you as a Toastmaster with us for sure in future, and you yourself can come up and speak, just like Vishakha did today. We move on to Muskan.
My experience was really good today. All of the people here are really friendly, so it was always welcoming to talk here. And everybody, I think, did a great work. I enjoyed the topics also. It was very fun. It was, yeah, just as I think Shaker said, that they were different and also similar in some way. So I really enjoyed those. And everybody, I think, is working really hard to help us improve, like the guests and everything. So thank you so much for that.
Thank you, Muskan, and that's what the TPOS initiative is all about. And so keep coming back every week. So we're glad to have you. We'll move on to Arpit. Arpit is someone who keeps coming back with us, both on Thursdays and Sundays. So what do you have to say today?
So the experience was great. It's always great, in fact, not today only, but I loved the topic today. And other than that, everyone was great. So that's pretty much it for me. I don't have many words today. That's it.
Thanks, Arpit. And I'm pretty sure the theme would have definitely drawn you to this meeting, as you always have something to say about love, isn't it? So, yes, we'll move on to Paramita.
Yeah, hi. It is a really nice experience. I have attended 3 sessions so far, and today I have actually joined little bit late. I joined right, I think, when the table topic has started. So what I found here that people are so enthusiastic and encouraging, and they share real feedback. And for me, it is key things like. I observed that the general evaluator, grammarian, they minutely observed each and every one and noted the lacuna and bring it to the participant. And I think which really helped the participant to improve upon. So yeah, this is the good thing which I really like. And that different kind of topics you are giving to all the member, and which also help them to think and present to the larger audience. So it is also a good thing. And as Hansika stated that yes, from this platform we can listen to others also apart from speaking. So yes, listening skills also improve here. So all these things are really a good experience. Thank you.
Thank you, Paramita, for sharing your experience with us. Last but not the least, we have Vishant.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, what's your feedback for today?
So my feedback is about extraordinary feeling I got from this after attending this webinar. So that sir told me about my erratas that I just do in my using unnecessary fillers when I share my views about my topic. So in future, I just learn and get up from these, overcome these issues easily. And in the next time, next week, I will give my performance outstanding, and I will do my best. And thanks for you all of you that you provide me this kind of platform. Today is my first day, and definitely I learn a lots of things, about my speaking skills and what kind of how I can speak and means what kind of words I can use. Like today's our uh, word of the day is jubilant. So that's a great word. I learned these words, and in future I also get the same community from your side, and I will be perform well. So thank you all, and thank you too for creating this group, sir.
Thanks a lot, Vishan, and that's indeed the spirit we all are living for, and that's what Toastmasters is all about. You completely pressed on the right button. So, feedback, learnings, and you are taking something away from this meeting. That's what our role was today. So, yes, thank you, and keep coming back. And we would love to have you back with improved speaking and listening skills. So let's move on. But then let's have Rupinder saying back because he is ready with the results. Isn't it, Rupinder?
Finally.
Yeah. So back over to you.
Okay. You don't need to spotlight my screen. I just need to share my screen. So this is where we declare all the results. As you can see, we had a lot of table topics winners today. So I kind of, oops, I've forgotten to have the best table topic speaker in my enthusiasm. Anyway, I will add him later. Thank you. Oh, now you know he's a he. Okay, starting with number two, Vishant. Many congratulations. So all of you got the equal number of votes. So I clubbed you together in best table topic speaker too. The same goes for Muskan Narang. Many congratulations. Haritika Huja, great job. And then Arpit Nasa, you also get an award. Now, these are honorable mentions in table topics, and I'll tell you the reason. So, first of all, to Hansika, in my opinion, she got a really difficult topic. I mean, what is it that you would want different in a hair dryer? All I could think of was multiple speeds, and that's pretty much where my thinking stopped. So, Hansika, I think, did it very well. And the other one is goes to Paramita because last table topic she was barely able to speak for about 20-25 seconds. That's a tremendous improvement, Paramita. Keep up the good work. The table topic winner for today, whose certificate is not yet ready, is Naveen Parwal. I will prepare and I will send. Then let's move on to the best auxiliary role player. And it gives me great pleasure when this particular role player wins this award. So many congratulations to our accountant Prateek Goyal. Great job done. Moving on to the best role player, single, ready to mingle, to the best of my knowledge. Now you're making faces. Earlier you said you were single, ready to mingle.
Never said this.
Okay. Anyway, you are the best role player today. Congratulations. Then the best speech. Oh, this was a tough one. Best speech evaluator. God, I spent a lot of time counting the votes. That is what took all the time. But many congratulations, Anant Katyayani. Even more difficult was the best speaker today. God, why do you put me in situations like this where I have to do vote counting? Many congratulations, Vishakha Sharma. And she gets it after making fun of me. Imagine that. Anyway, thank you. I am done with a click of this button. The certificates will go out to everyone. And many congratulations to the winners. I will stop sharing my screen.